Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we are also just going to have a quick look at the new stuff for the Dark Angels from Forge World for Horus Heresy and for Warhammer 40k in the case of the Leviathan. And basically, I'm just doing this because, oh dear God, I love both of these models. They both look so good, even if that dude's head does make him look like Graham Norton. I mean, it really does kind of make him look a bit like Graham Norton. But the rest of that model, we've talked before about how, like, the overall styling of the Primaris stuff, although I like the armour and I like the way they look, it can get a bit samey. It can be a little devoid of personality in places. And while we do have, HQs that have plenty of personality of their own, the rank and file can sometimes feel a little bit bland all put together. This is like the complete opposite of that. I really like how much personality has just been rammed into this one model. The extra, I want to say reinforcement, just the styling of it. The fact that you've got these, raised edges, that you have this really kind of not modern at all looking shield and helm combination. I'm not just getting Dark Angels from this. To be honest, take away the wings on the helm and I think you could even pass that off as some sort of Black Templar thing as well. There is just something about this that just feels so much more interesting than a lot of the more modern approaches to Space Marines that I've been seeing recently. This is a model that I genuinely think I'm going to end up picking up, just because for whatever reason it has a presence and a style to it that I don't think anything else is really quite matched in a way. Not to say that other models don't have plenty of personality of their own, just that this one specifically, something about it stands out in such a way that it is just asking for me to grab it, even though I don't know what I'd do with it. It's one of those things that I just kind of want to have, because there's no part of this that I don't like, which, to be honest, is kind of rare. I mean, I know quite a lot of the time when we talk about new models and stuff, I'm generally pretty happy with what Gaming Workshop put out, but it's actually pretty rare that I look at a model and can't find anything that I would change. Even models that I really like, I would mess about with. Even models that I think look really good, there are still little, maybe not flaws, but things here and there that I would change. They don't quite fit me perfectly. I don't know what I would switch out from this guy. Just every part of it, for some reason, it's just hitting all the right spots. And the thing is, that gets even more, it's just so good. That gets even more the case with the Leviathan. Some of the Leviathans have felt a little bit lazy, and I think the fact that they started doing Leviathans for absolutely everyone has kind of meant that it's felt like just the standard thing to expect. Some of them just haven't really, they've been okay, but not outstanding. Again, I feel like this one has just got an extra level of something. I don't really know what that something is. Again, I think it's like the edges of the armour. It just looks so much more kind of gothic and older in a way. It reminds me way more of proper fantasy style knights. I think that's probably why I like the Praetor so much, because there is what feels like some actual proper fantasy styling to it. And it's the same with this Leviathan, where, again, I like the Leviathan as a model anyway. I just want one of these now for the DreadMob, and I wouldn't even cover it in rust, because I would want to paint it pretty much like that, but with less emphasis on the Dark Angels side of things. And again, it's a case of not really sure what it is about this thing that I like so much. It could be the edges of the armour having that kind of that raised, reinforced look. It could be the heraldry that's on it that makes it stand out in a really interesting way. What feels like extra kind of rivets and stuff all over it. It could be any number of those individual things, just adding up to me looking at it and thinking that it's one of the best looking Leviathans they've done. But that's, there are other decent Leviathans, but this one just seems to stand out to me, and I can't really pinpoint why. I just know I want it. which is, the sign of a model that's been pretty decently done. If you look at something and go, I don't know why I like that so much, but I need to own it immediately, something's gone right there. For them, not necessarily for you, because it means your wallet's about to take a severe, horrendous beating, but I really like both of these. I really do. I think they've done a really good job with both. They just have personality. Heaps of it. And considering that, there's Praetors for every legion, the fact that this is the one that stands out the most when each one of them is supposed to look so individual, I don't know, there's just something about it that they've absolutely got right for me. Anyway, that was a tad more gushing, because it's been a gushy day, but then again, I've felt absolutely terrible all day, and my chest and voice is wrecked. So, if you can't look at things to cheer yourself up when you feel like garbage, when can you? Let me know what you think of those two in the comments down below. Will you be picking either up? If you're a Dark Angels player, are you going to be inserting them into a 40k army? I'm assuming probably yes. Let me know what you think in the comments. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon video, subscribe, all of that stuff. And of course there is the affiliate link in the description, which leads to Element Games, where if you click it and buy something, then I get something for sending you that way. You get 40k Age of Sigmar, paints, brushes, all of that stuff, between 15 and 25% off. And at the end of the month, we'll take 10% of whatever's been raised through that link and donate it to charity. So it's a thing you can do to help the channel. You can do it if you like. It's fine if not. I leave it in your capable hands. I will see you for the next one. Toodaloo.